Hello and welcome to the first ever video on Crypto's Edge, my new channel. I'll spare the introduction right now and get right into what this video is about, which is the BUSD farmer. I've been into a lot of miners over the last 2 weeks. I've got into about 18, 19 of them. This is the first one that's slightly different. It doesn't seem to be working in the way most miners do, in that you put the money in and the percentage can fluctuate up and down. This one is guaranteeing a fixed percentage via one of 4 plans. Now, this has currently got 160,000 BUSD in, and it's only been going for about 2 to 3 days, which is already very impressive. But I'm very curious about this fixed percentage and whether that can be sustained. Now, initially when I looked at this, it seemed to make sense to me to go for the highest percentage, because you can literally run this for 40 days, earn your yield or your interest, and then you could put it back in for another 40 days, and then you could put it back in for another 40 days, essentially having 7% continually, which I thought would be better than 5% forever. But if you actually do the maths, you realize that this is by far the better option if you want to get the best returns. Now, I've got a degree in maths, so that does help. So I've been sort of crunching numbers and came to that conclusion, and I can show you exactly why as well. So I'm going to bring over a little notepad I've got here. So let's start off with the 7% plan now for 40 days. So for 40 days, if I get 7% with, we're going to assume $1,000 here that we put in. So that's going to be $70 every day for 40 days. And that's going to give us £2,800, which is a 280% return on our investment, which is fantastic. So after 40 days, we're now going to take that 280 and we're going to put it in again. So we're going to go on for 80 days, so another 40 days. So we're going to have 280 this time at 7%, which is 196 times 40, and that will give us a return of 7840. And then we're going to put that back in again, so we reach 4 months, and we're now returning 21,952, which is a fantastic return on our investment. Now, there is no need. The thing that distinguishes these two is there is no need, or rather, it's pointless compounding your interest daily on this particular plan because of its limitation. So the one thing that I didn't quite realise, and why I thought 7% must be better than 5%, is when you get to your end of your 40 days, you lose your 1,000. That goes. The plan is finished. So you're going to lose your £1,000, which means you're going to lose your 70%. You're going to lose your $70 interest that you're making daily. So if you were to compound this, so for example, if you were to take that 70 and put it into another plan on day 2, and then on day 3 you keep putting it in, that's all well and good, but once you get to day 41, that 1,000 is gone and you'll lose that 70. So you're not actually benefiting from doing that at all. You may as well just go for the 70 times 40, which is the 2,800 at the end. Just literally let the interest accrue and then put it back in. So that's all well and good. That's great, 7%. However, let's now look at the 5% forever. So in this case, we're going to compound every single day. We're not going to let the interest build up. We're just going to put it straight back in again. So after 40 days, here's the formula for that. If you don't know maths, it's fine. Just understand that this is the way it works. So it's basically 1,000 times 1.05, so that gives us that 5%, and it's to the power of 40 because it's 40 days. So at the end of 40 days, our deposit, not the money we've earned, our deposit, which we're building up in the system, is going to be 7,040. And if we then from day 41 onwards start taking our interest daily, we'll get 351 per day. which is incredible because we can actually ROI in 3 days. So if you let it run for 40, you can ROI in 3 days, and then you can start making $350 per day. So let's look at if we continue this for 80 days of compounding. Again, same formula, except we're going for 80 days this time. And now, after 80 days, our deposit will be $49,561, and we can make almost 2,500 per day. Quite insane, if you ask me. Let's go on to 120 days, and this is where the numbers start getting rather silly. We're going to end up with a deposit of 348,000, or 349,000 almost, and 17,000 per day. So let's look at this. In this scenario here, we've built up 21,952. That's how much we've earned. In this scenario here, we're now in a scenario where we can get 17,000, which is only just shy of this, but we can get this every single day now. So only 2 days and we're on 34,000. It's just far superior. And the reason this is superior is that our £1,000 that we started with is just being compounded every single day. When we get to the 40 days, we don't lose this deposit. The deposit keeps growing and growing and growing. So you may look at this and think 77% is much better, but it's not. It really isn't. If you want to earn a lot of money from this, you want to get into this plan. Now, there are reasons why maybe you wouldn't get into that plan, and that is whether you think this platform is going to last. If it's going to last, let's say it lasts for a month and then the whole thing collapses. Well, if you're compounding every single day, you're not actually earning anything. In this one, after you're actually taking your interest every single day. So if it just collapsed, you're going to have your 2,800. If it collapsed after 40 days, you've got nothing. So in this scenario, you're building up your deposit over 3-4 months, but you're not claiming your interest. This one, less risky, because you're taking your interest every day. Now, obviously, you can do a mixture here because this lasts forever anyway. So what you could do is you could take daily interest and pocket it and compound the other day. So then you're doing the best of both worlds. It's just going to take you a little bit longer to build this up. Now, the other thing I should say is I do not think it's going to ever be possible for this system to be paying you 17 grand per day. Especially if this doesn't, you would need to have a contract of millions and millions and millions. So this is not going to sustain. So my test over the next month is I'm going to see how long it does sustain itself for. And I'm going to use this plan and I'm going to test this out. Now I've already started. This is day 1. So I'm going to bring over my spreadsheet here. So day 1, I invested 1,000. That was yesterday. Actually, it was a couple of days ago. And I've got the formula in here to show what my expected compound or my expected interest should be every day if this formula and this system is doing what it should and giving me exactly 5% every day. And I'm going to follow this every few days. I'm going to do another video and I'm going to show you how it's going. And we should see, as you can see, I've calculated 351 or 352 at the end of 40 days. But I'm going to do this for a month and see how it goes. And I'll do a video every few days just to show you how it's going and just to show you if it's actually following the expected return that I should be getting. Now, I should point out, even if this does break down, and I end up getting $150 a day, that's pretty great. On a $1,000 investment, $150 a day, $200 a day. I mean, as soon as you ROI, it's completely free money. So it was just, yeah, this does look really exciting compared to the miners that I'm in right now, which are great, but you're relying on other people, pocketing the contract going up, down. if this can sustain for even a month. So I'm getting like $350 a day. I mean, that would be fantastic. So it'd be interesting to see. This is my experiment. I'm going to see how it goes. If you want to follow this and follow my journey, then please subscribe to the channel. You know what to do. The subscribe button just below this video. I also have a brand new Telegram, because this is my first video. It's my first experience in doing some social media. So please join the Telegram as well. That link is below. And if you want to get into BUSD Farmer and give it a go and maybe follow your journey along with mine, then please click my referral link and give this a go as well. I mean, it'd be quite great actually if we're doing this together, especially if we're doing different techniques. If someone wants to get into one of the other plans, join my Telegram, and then you can maybe post and let me know how you're doing as well, so we can all do this together. Yeah, so that's great. So I will let you know how this is going, and yeah, until the next video, I'll see you soon.